Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Atlantico. And we're going to be on Tears of the Cruiser. Tears of the Desert. But speaking of Tears of the Cruiser, Lord have mercy, what have I done to deserve this many cruisers in a match? Now normally, as a battleship captain, I'm all about the cruisers being in my match. However, when I'm in the Atlantico, the last thing I want to see is a bunch of fire-breathing, HE spamming cruisers that I'm going to struggle to hit because they're too freaking, squirrely. And who are going to murder my secondaries. Such is the way of life. We don't get to choose the map we get to play on, we simply have to deal with it. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Don't forget, if you guys enjoy what I do, every single day, new content for you guys out there, punch that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't actually subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I appreciate you. Now, as we make our way to the left side of the map, I gotta explain why I decided to go to the left side of the map. And that is simple. There's no battleship over there. We only have 2 battleships on our team. The rest are cruisers and destroyers. So, I want to go over to the left side so that that side also has a battleship. Having a knockout potential punch on... Whoa, wait a second. Hold that thought. Shot out. Oh my god. Come on, Ibuki. Don't pay attention, don't pay attention, don't pay attention. And... Pow! Darn it! He lives! Curse me! But we still slapped him. That's 21,000 damage in our first shot. Can't get much better than that unless we would have just outright removed him. But the best part is, I'm not even detected. It's amazing. Now there is somebody in the Bravo cap, and as we think about shooting at the Chappie, you'll notice he starts changing what he's doing, so we decide to shoot at the Brandenburg instead, using auto-aim to guide our hand. And of course, that's when the Ibuki gets spotted again, and unfortunately, I don't have a shot for him, but... a good shot at the Brandenburg gives us another 15,000 damage. We're up to 36,000 damage in 2 salvos. Am I in the Kansas or the Atlantico? Like, what in the world is going on? Simple. Oh my god, speaking of, god dang, that Albemarle just got neutered. Speaking of almost death striking cruisers in the Atlantico, there's an Atlantico and he's almost death struck our Albemarle. Shocker. Apparently, if you just go straight in against a battleship and a British heavy cruiser, you die quickly. Speaking of dying quickly, they are about to die quickly as their Wichita eats some torpedoes from our Albemarle. He's already lost all of his hit points. And this all happens before I even get over here. So at least the Albemarle trades. I'll give him credit where credit is due. Now, the last thing I want to see, other than getting HE spammed by cruisers, is another Atlantico. Because you want to see how quickly your secondaries get yeeted? Get into a gunfight at close range with another Atlantico. Now, our secondaries start firing first. We've already got our booster running. And, fortunately, we're at a better angle to get more secondaries on board. But as you can see, he is just murdering our secondaries, and we're returning the favor. But we're also able to get our shots off quicker than him because we had already opened up with a good salvo into the superstructure. And between the burning and our shot into his superstructure, we should be able to take him out on this shot. And down he goes. Saving the majority of our secondaries, but we have lost several secondaries to that. And, that's a lightning. That's not ideal. Come on, cruisers, do your thing, baby. Murder the lightning. Secondaries, you want to shoot at the lightning too? He's well within range, thank you. But last thing I want to do is sit here and wait for the column stacked torpedoes to come right down to my snoot. So we get a shot into the destroyer in the smoke screen, and we hit him with 3 overpins, as well as the secondaries getting a fire on him, and he immediately gets murdered by the Salem. Now I want you to... Then we narrowly dodged getting yeeted by the freaking D7P that's hiding up here in the middle of the map. That's the guy that actually went into the Bravo cap. It wasn't a destroyer. As you can see, one destroyer is at Charlie, the other one was over here. So the D7P is actually in the middle of the map, and that is a perfect place for the D7P as long as he's within 11 kilometers of any ship, like me. So I need to be on my toes about getting absolutely punished by those stupid planes. So yeah, we are going to be getting the fuck out of here. We only shot down one of those on the first attempt. So the sooner we can get out of here, the better. Now, obviously, my goal is to try to put myself in a position where I can counter this guy if he's hiding behind a... Oh my god. Hello, Ibuki. We meet again. Are you ready for round 2, sunshine? Oh, he's actually paying attention this time. He's like, nope, I've seen this movie. I'm getting out of here. And then the Bismarck shows up. And unfortunately, the Ibuki gets away basically scot-free, which is highly unfortunate. Fortunately, we managed to dodge the D7P's planes again, at least the first drop, and then he gets us with the second drop, just barely. And the secondaries of the Bismarck and I are kind of going ham here. Fortunately, he's kind of bow into us, so his secondaries really aren't doing a whole lot, and ours are. We get one more shot into the superstructure area of the battle, or of the Bismarck, before we go too crazy. Didn't really get anything out of it, unfortunately. Now, the D7P is kind of in a pinch here. He's got cruisers on one side of him. He's got me on the other side. We've already lost one battleship on the right side, which is highly unfortunate, meaning I'm the only battleship left. If I go down, there's a good chance that my team goes down with me. So we've got to try to preserve our hit points. How are we going to do that? We're not going to be reckless. One of the things that I get called a lot is reckless, and for good reason. I mean, I am not the most cautious player in the world. But I do recognize when plays can be patient. You can be patient. And I know Zarky just made a video on this the other day, or yesterday, in the Vermont. If you haven't seen that video, highly recommend you check out Zarku. He has a video on a condo build, which he loves for battleships, which is fine. Everybody's got their own playstyle, but one of the things he gets to showcase in that video is being patient. And a lot of people don't do it. Now, our secondaries are going off. We have the D7P once again coming over here to freaking mess with us, which I get it. I'm a slow target. It's not ideal for me, but is what it is. Now, the destroyer kind of makes a big oof here. He's got the right idea. He just went through this gap instead of going around the island, giving himself a little bit more leeway. And because of that, he's going to push right into the secondaries of this Bismarck and get punished for it severely. And then he tries to smoke, but then doesn't use a smoke. He doesn't slow down. He just kind of like sails in front of his smoke screen and gets yeeted by those secondaries. Again, even the Bismarck secondaries at this range are going to be absolutely brutal. And you know that Bismarck's running his sonar right now because he ain't about to get yeeted by this Kagero after he just had to kill him, right? Makes sense. He knows they're coming, so he's going to turn away. Now pay attention as we come out of the smoke screen because he is turned away, but those torpedoes still look like they might be somewhat effective, and we are just shredding the superstructures. Meanwhile, the secondaries are actually targeting the Chapayev. I make a huge misplay here. I decided to target the Bismarck with my secondaries. Initially, that seems like the right idea because he just ate a torpedo. You can see he's perma-flooding, so I want to make sure that we get those fires to help get him out of here. And when we do, he gets the triple fire between him and the Chappie. They get the triple fire on me. We go for the superstructure again. I should have left the secondaries focused on that Chappie because that Chappie is actually tearing me up. And that Chappie is nasty. And it's about this time that I get in chat, and I'm like, dude, can I get anybody on my side to help me here? And lo and behold, like it was like immediately that the friendly Salem comes through and yeets the man. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was so happy. I ain't gonna lie, I was so happy. I said, man, you are an absolute legend. Now, after that happens, something else funny happens. Enemy Brandenburg spotted in the middle of the map. I'm already engaging him, right? Like, we ain't about to let this guy walk in on all of our cruisers. Battleship with 305mm guns is still a battleship versus cruisers. It's not an ideal scenario for the cruisers, right? Especially at close range. And our Salem is about to get the full brunt of this Brandenburg. Unless I manage to help him out. Remember, Brandenburg has even better secondaries than the Bismarck. So we want to try to help out as much as possible. If you've ever been on the receiving end in a cruiser of a Brandenburg or basically any German battleship secondaries at close range, it ends poorly, like especially Schroeder. But we come through in the clutch, taking the man down, saving our Salem, and immediately returning the favor. And then what does he do? He gives me the thank you. Isn't that great? Like, dude legitimately gives me the thank you. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, this is amazing. You give me some, I give you some. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. This is how this works. Best part is, we get the Ibuki's broadside here, and I think this guy has played way too many times with RNG. And this time, he doesn't swim away from it. And I'm still spotted, so I know the destroyer's here. And this is when I tell the Salem, hey, the destroyer's still on this side of the map, my dude. So you might be able to radar. And Salem radars. Friesland's caught. He's between a rock and a hard place, quite literally. He's got cruisers all around him, and he's up against the island. He's got nowhere to go. We're going to take a shot at him as well, and that's going to force him to dodge, because, I mean, let's be honest, not only is he having to dodge the cruisers, but battleship caliber guns are going to hurt too. And when he dodges me, he kind of runs into the island, and that's the end of the Friesland. So, he actually doesn't run into the island. I thought he ran into the island, but no, he skirts the edge of the island, but it doesn't matter. The Salem's going to be able to help take him down, and once again, I mean, this Salem, I got to give it all to him from our side, dude. Between me and the Salem, we absolutely punished the enemy team, so well done to the Salem there. But 154k Confederate high caliber, top of the leaderboard, 25, basically 2600 base XP. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you enjoy this? Are you enjoying the new thumbnails? If you are, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.